Good afternoon. My name is Sanjeev Dodia from Action Coach, and I'd like to welcome to our Business Spotlight interview series. Today we've got Atul Bhakta. Hi, Atul. How are you?
Hi, Sanjeev. Good afternoon to you. How are you today?
Fantastic. Thank you. And better for seeing you. Looking forward to this conversation, Atul. So, Atul, let's get straight into it. What would you like to just give us some context on who you are, what you do, what your business is all about, how you got into it, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, quick background. Indian origin, born in Africa in Zambia, came to the UK as a student, did my accounting and finance degree out here, ACCA, CIMA, but never practiced it. Got into this business by mistake. Was never a logistics person or somebody who understood freight forwarding. I got involved in this by mistake, where I was working for a freight forwarder as a part-time employee, and they wanted me to look at their numbers. The numbers looked interesting, but more interesting was how they would deliver a parcel halfway around the world at a lesser cost than a parcel delivery into central London from Heathrow Airport. So just the intriguing nature of that business and how a company could deliver so quickly halfway around the world at a fraction of a cost was the mathematics side that attracted me to the business. And I landed up investing in it nearly 24 years ago. So here we are, 25 years later.
You started the business?
I didn't start the business. It was started by a group of friends, and I was invited to enter at the end of year one, where they where they had problems with the business in terms of numbers. They got the maths wrong.
Right. Okay. I didn't mention the name. It's a One World Express group. And do you want to tell us what the kind of portfolio of capabilities you've got in that business?
Right. Thanks, Sanjeev. So in part of the group, we have multiple verticals. We have a technology division. We built all of it in technology in-house. We have a real estate division, which holds the assets of the company. We have a trading arm, which does the logistics, actual moving of the parcels, the handling, the sorting centers. Then we also have an acquisitions area where we do investments as well in companies. And finally, we have an online sales company where we are an online seller, which helps us understand what an online seller needs, what a marketplace needs, and it helps us build technology which would be suitable when our logistics piece goes to market and work with merchants for selling online. So that's what our group consists of. So we have 5 verticals within the group.
Okay, great. And what's the main proposition? What's the main offer, and who do you serve?
Our main proposition is like your hotels.com. When you're looking for a hotel around the world, you'd go onto hotels.com or bookings.com and say, hey, I want to go to Brazil and I want a hotel. So similarly to us, if you are a business or a merchant selling online and you want to look for a distribution solution worldwide, you may want to go for a cheap and cheerful solution. You might go for a slow, you might want to go for a faster one, or an extremely fast solution. Our platform and our proposition is through a single API connection into us, one would have access to all the solutions, and we can bespoke solutions per customer. So the beauty is a customer would get very close to what they're looking for under one umbrella.
Excellent. Well, in making the complex simple sounds like a good call to me.
Yeah, the logistics world is very, very complicated, especially if you're an SME. You would want to try exporting out of the UK and you want to expand to markets like, let's say, Singapore, India. How do you get your goods out there? You might have just a single parcel. Accessing attractive shipping solutions would not be available to a SME today. And that's the problem we are trying to solve. Can we bring solutions to the SME? Can we bring all the technology to the SMEs who would not have the budgets to build tech? And can we open up a platform of not only integrations and postings on marketplace, but also shipping solutions to these companies and merchants to enable them to try new markets? And once they grow, they would be able to either go on and build contracts themselves or stay with us and grow with us.
Okay, great. Thank you. Atul, what's the journey of evolving this business been like for you? Maybe you can share some
Wow, it's been a long journey. 25 years, Sanjeev. We celebrate our 25th anniversary in August this year. So you can imagine we've gone through a lot of changes in the space we are in. We started as a traditional B2B courier express company. We had no idea what the B2C or the e-commerce world meant. We were using the UK as a hub. We helped different parts of the world ship courier using UK as a hub, where we work closely with customs and different carriers in helping other countries who did not know how to service the world use the UK as a hub. So traditionally, we were always involved in a cross-border movement of a shipment, a document, a parcel. We entered the e-commerce space in 2008. We were invited out to China by our partners back then, and they wanted us to set up a fulfillment warehouse for online marketplace sellers. And the marketplace that they wanted to initially set us up for was eBay. So we had no idea what was going to happen, but we said, yeah, we have a warehouse and we could do this. What started as a journey where we had 15 square meters allocated to try a project in under 1 year, 1,000 square meters was not enough. So it was just unbelievable how successful that project came. And this was in 2008 when the whole world was in meltdown. So you can imagine, the whole Heathrow area was struggling, and here we were connecting with the Chinese sellers who were just about entering the e-commerce space, all brand new, and our company started growing from that point on. So we went against the curve, and we haven't looked back. So that's the journey. We entered 2008, but we realized that there was no technology available out there. There was absolutely no tech. How do you connect the dots from the time an order is placed online, could be fulfilled anywhere in the world, has to go through multiple geographies, through customs clearance processes, through compliance, the Stop Act. There's so many things going on in the compliance world today. Was there tech available which was integrated to allow that to happen? There wasn't. So we failed to find tech we could use, so we started building it. So we've been building technology since 2010, and we're probably on version 5 or 6 of our platform, and we keep improving it, and we keep taking feedback from our customers and merchants as to what features they want. So yeah, we migrated from a logistics to maybe a tech enabling company as well. I'm not too sure what we are today. Are we a technology company or are we a logistics company? But I think both go hand in hand to bring a solution to the market and the customers.
Very interesting story, right? There's like so many entrepreneur stories. You try and solve your own problem, and you find that you're not the only one having that problem, and there's a whole market for it, right? That's what I'm hearing.
That's how it is. And then the world keeps changing. It's crazy. I have no idea how many times we've had to readdress where we need to be. We'd be on a real good wave, and the wave suddenly collapses, and now what's the next step and what's the next direction? In the last 25 years, we've had to pivot our business multiple times. We have had lots of business and we've had no business. So how do you react to situations?
Might be useful for our audience for you to share one or two of those biggest challenges, and what was a challenge you faced, and what do you do to overcome them?
Yeah, so let's bring it to the most recent challenge, right? So I think that would resonate with many of your viewers out there. I think let's talk about Brexit. So Brexit is a reality for all of us here in the UK. As a UK business, we have to deal with the rules around Brexit. Now, the impact of Brexit on our business was we saw a 50% decline in our business. We were doing extremely well as a company, growing it, Hub UK, cross-border shipments, working closely with customs, having policies that allow businesses to really expand and grow our business into Europe. We set up an automated sorting center in Birmingham with a huge investment in 2016. We did all this so that we could make the UK the European hub Now, obviously, that was not meant to be, and 2020 was the reality. We did lose 50% of our business, which was very, very difficult as a company who was not ready for Brexit. We believed we knew how to trade with the EU, but the reality was no, we had to learn how to do our business again. Our customers stopped shipping to Europe. Our cross-border movement that we use the UK, and we worked with the UK as a hub of entry into Europe, stopped. Our customers moved their business out to Amsterdam, to CG, to Frankfurt. So it was a very challenging time for our business. We were not sure whether we would survive or whether we would have a business left. And that meant we had to really step up in learning. How do we go back? What are the rules? Meaning we had to start traveling back into Europe, into Liège, into Amsterdam, speaking to European companies who were geared up for Brexit. We were not, unfortunately. And to understand how would they help us if we were to trade with Europe with the customs clearance. That was just part one. Something else came in. Europe decided to take over the de minimis and introduce something called IOSS. Now, that was the import one-stop shop where they wanted to make sure the VAT was distributed fairly across the member states. Now, through the IOSS entry point, the VAT was accounted for based on the country you were selling in. That was another huge requirement that came in. So we had two whammies hit us, and all our customers around the world were like, how do we do business with Europe? So it has been a real tough journey, but luckily for us, we started looking at other markets. We looked at India, we looked at the Southeast Asian market, we started looking at the Middle Eastern market. The UK has always been in the top 3 countries of imports. Now, being a UK company, we had to leverage on that position with the infrastructure we had, and we went out looking for more UK business to try and stabilize what we were doing before we went back into the international market, offering solutions. So the last 3 years have been very challenging, but interesting, because it teased us and it challenged us to come up with solutions to survive. It was a game of survival, and I can happily say we've done well in that, but in the process, I can also share with you that we are also eBay China partner. We help. We are part of the process in how shipments come to the UK. Customs work very closely with Royal Mail and all the main carriers, which would be every Yodel in the UK. So we work very closely in ensuring we give an end-to-end solution which the customer is expecting. The customer experience has been the key in this. In how do you maintain that in such a difficult market?
Well, that was an existential threat. So congratulations on surviving, and now you're thriving. Maybe a more personal dimension about your journey as a business owner and an entrepreneur. Anything to share around that journey as opposed to the business and the business model?
Yeah, I think the most important thing here is never give up, right? So the journey of an entrepreneur is not rosy and it's not easy. There's a minority of entrepreneurs who get lucky, but I don't think everybody's going to get lucky. You need a bit of luck as well. The journey is going to be tough. You've got to be prepared for sacrifices. You've got to be prepared for days when it's really tough and it's going to break you. But if you break down, that's the end of the journey. You have to be really strong and positive at all times. You have to be out there looking at the markets, sniffing out the opportunities, and not being scared to go for an opportunity even if it doesn't work out. If it doesn't work out, move on to the next one, but never give up. And that's the only way I see an entrepreneur becoming successful. And I shared with you, we lost 50% of our business. We're on the road to recovery. We came out of the loss position in 2022, and in 2023, we're back into profit, and we are very ambitious in how we want to grow. We have plans of expansion, and we want to be in 8 countries this year. So our plan is to expand in 8 countries, which is unbelievable with all the uncertainties, the inflation, the recession we talk about, the hardship. As a company, we are saying we want to expand into 8 countries. We're not stopping where we are. And we don't know whether that's the right decision, but we're going to do it.
Right.
And then we will find out whether the decision is right or wrong. But that's the only way we're going to grow and keep expanding as a UK entity, which is sitting outside Europe.
Good to hear. So what's inspiring you to do that? What's fueling your fire, Atul?
I love what I do. I think it's how do you solve a problem? Our industry throws challenges and problems every day. Our industry also demands new solutions, keeps you on your toes. Over and above all that, I think looking at the journey, what keeps me up and why I wake up every morning, I believe we can build an incredible company. And I have this vision that I can build a unicorn, right? And we're not a tech company, right? So unicorns come from technology companies, but we are a logistics company which went into tech. Can we take this entity to become a unicorn? And I think that having the drive to wanting to build a corporate, and not only a UK focused corporate, I want to build a global business which will lead us to a unicorn position, and that has to be driven by the technology we are building. So whilst I said we're not a tech company, I come back to the fact that we do have technology that allows us to expand worldwide, and we can be a plug and play in different countries, simply opening up our solutions to merchants. And on that note, I'll just share a small little story. We entered India last year, and in 9 months, we acquired over 3,000 merchants.
Wow.
Now, in the UK, in the 25 years we've been here, to acquire 25,000 merchants has been impossible. But we've built technology which allows us to now go to different markets on a self-serve basis, acquire a merchant to start shipping with you, and onboard them with the correct KYCs. I think that's the future for us as a company. And it's taken us maybe 10, 12 years to come up with this tech, building it. But we are in a position where we can now go out there and actually start building and rolling out countries. So we are very ambitious. And one of the platforms that will lead this is a platform called Ship to World.
Right. Love the ambition, love the vision. You might want to explain KYC for our audience if they're not familiar.
Yeah, so KYC is know your client. Right. So we need to know who the shipper is. And part of our compliance in crossing borders, exporting and importing into countries, we need to have the details of the actual shipper. Who are the shippers? Do we know who they are? Because we need to ensure they are not on any sanctioned list, they're not prohibited people. And there's a whole list of databases we have to query to ensure we keep the world safe, right? So it's all about security, safety, and our systems also built to query these databases to ensure we remain compliant whilst we cross borders in dealing with customs around the world. So KYC becomes a very important part of us allowing an open platform where somebody can come and ship without us intervening. We need to ensure we capture the right KYC details from them.
Got you. Fantastic. Atul, maybe just give us an idea of what are the keys to your success? What are the critical success factors for you going forward? Because it's a very ambitious, encouraging vision. What's it going to take?
I think a very, very important part to any individual's success or a company's success is the team around them, right? If you don't have the right team, if you don't have the right people who understand the vision and the direction that the leader is taking, it becomes extremely difficult for that company to progress and grow. The one thing I've done in this journey is I've kept my team up to date on where we want to go, where do we take this company, and to get the buy-in from your team and for the team to be driven by that vision is such an important part in being successful. So I'm very proud to say that I have an incredible team with me, which is on the journey with me. And I'm hoping that this team will continue to grow, and whoever joins us going forward will be part and parcel of this journey and vision that we're on.
Right. As the founder of Action Coach, Brad Sugar says, grow your team and they'll grow your business.
100%.
Yeah.
And you
lead the team. Yeah.
it's the team. You've got to have one leader, but the leader has to let the team do what they are supposed to do. My role has become more of support and guidance to the team, whereas and my role has now become more strategic and growth. So that's where I put most of my time.
Yeah.
And I have some very, very good key members around me. Once I take the next step, I hand over to them, and they go from there. So it keeps me relatively free to focus on where I need to take the company.
Love hearing that. Fantastic. So as we wrap up this interview, Atul, have you got one or two words of wisdom to, first of all, young entrepreneur going on the journey that you've been through, and secondly, to your younger self, say the 20-odd year self, what advice would you give to those two characters?
Yeah, well, I think I might contradict myself, but yeah, let me have a go at this. For the younger generation out there, guys, the world is amazing. It's huge. There's so many opportunities out there. Just go for it. There's lots of help around. I'm on a call today with Sanjeev on Business Coach, right? But there are many companies out there who are doing some great things. There's lots of help out there. Don't limit your vision. The world is your oyster. And today you could be working from anywhere in the world, trading anywhere in the world, making money, sitting on a beach on your laptop and still running a business. So there's no limitation on where you can work from. Just have the drive to go out there and make it happen. Don't be scared. It can be a scary journey. And like I said, it's a tough journey as well. But if you find the right niche and you start hitting it, world's your oyster. And the first item or the first trade you pick up or the first idea you pick up may not be successful. Don't give up. I think the younger generation has a lot out there. The world has become so much smaller in terms of trading. The barriers to trade have been broken down immensely. Giants used to control the world of trading. Today, an entrepreneur, a single person, can compete with a giant online. So the barriers to trade are broken. Find your uniqueness and sell it. That's what I would say to the youngsters.
Great message. Great message. And advice to your younger self, if there's any?
Advice to my younger self would be, don't take too much on. I keep taking too much on. So my younger self would have probably, I would advise myself that I should have focused on a few good things and put my energy into those few things rather than spreading myself quite a lot. Over the years, in the last 20 years, I've tried multiple businesses. Some have been successful, some have failed. Had I put energies into the ones that were generating the revenue and maybe focused harder on those than diverting my attention in the past, I think we could have been at a different stage today. So advice to me was I should have focused on maybe a handful rather than more than that.
But focus and discipline. That's it's one of my mantras. So that's a really good note to wrap this up on. Atul, it's been fantastic, fascinating conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sanjeev. You have a good afternoon.
I'm going to keep the recording rolling for momentarily.
Sure.
Brilliant, really fascinating. Really enjoyed it. Genuinely, we could turn 20 minutes into 3 hours because obviously we can have much more depth. How did you find it?
Yeah, no, good. I love talking about my journey, Sanjeev, because I know it's been one which has been a roller coaster, right? It's been up and down, up and down. My graph is like a ECG. You have those tops and downs, and the mental stress that you go through. It's huge, but that's why I stress, and whoever I talk to, I stress, guys, if you want to go on the journey, you can't give up. And if you think you're weak, don't go on it. Go lead a professional career, go out there, and make a success of a professional career. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But if you want an entrepreneur's journey, you're going to have a lot of setbacks, and you're going to be really strong to tackle those setbacks. And so I that's my only advice to youngsters, guys. Go on it. It can be an incredible journey. Don't give up. Hit it hard. You guys are much cleverer than we are. I mean, I'm a dinosaur now, right? But the kids these days are are much more tech savvy. They know their social media. They know how the influencer market works. They know how to use tech much better than maybe a person of my age, right? And I'm not that old, but I still see the youngsters in my company, the way they go through Excel, or how the way they use tech. I'm like, wow, I might as well give it to them.
And they've got the world at their fingertips, as you say, on the end of their smartphone or their laptop. All these incredible technology, AI, and so on. I think AI. We are about to see something as big as the Industrial Revolution or the Internet revolution. So, and those guys are well equipped. No, it's really, really fascinating. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I just want to say, as a bit of a thank you, if you would like to set aside some time with me, I'm happy to invest some time to kind of look specifically at one or two challenges in your business and where you're looking to take it to. Is that something that would be useful for you?
I mean, look, you've heard what I do. We want to be in 8 countries this year. That's going to be a huge challenge, right? It's not that we don't know how to do it. The challenge is always to get the core team in these countries. And how do you get that core team aligned on the vision that you have and the direction you're trying to take? Right. That's the journey we are going to be on, where whilst we want to get these countries up and running, we also need to make sure that we have the right people who understand the DNA of what we're trying to achieve. And that's where it's going to take a lot of time and energy from all of us. And then, of course, in that local market, how do we get to market? What's the journey to that market? What's the marketing? What's going to work? So we'll need a lot of local knowledge in these countries, and partner selection. So through the partner selection process, we're going to expand through the Uber model. We're not going to be investing into infrastructure, real estate. We're going to go asset light. We're going to work completely with partner models and build that into how we're going to run the companies. So it's going to be a pure asset light approach to expansion globally. And if we get the 8 countries this year, we've done amazingly well.
Very, very interesting strategy. So Atul, if you'd like to explore, and you want somebody to bounce off, then I'm happy to set aside some time and talk to you some more specifically about your challenges. No obligations. It's a bit of a thank you, and maybe there's some kind of 1 or 2 things that just by talking out loud with somebody could help you process some of that. So
I mean, look, I've got your number. I'm away this weekend to Dubai for a week, and then I'm back for literally a week and a half, and then I'm back out to Estonia. But maybe in the first week of June, we ping each other and just get on a call like we've done today, and just have a chat, like we've done.
Sure. I'd be happy to do it. I'm very interested, and if that's going to be a value to you, then let's do it. Well, why don't you ping me some availability, or I can send you my Calendly link, and we can just book something in that way. Whichever is easier.
Whichever way is good.
Great. All right, fantastic. Anything else before we
No, that's that. And feedback from you. Was it what you were expecting to get into?
Excellent. Look, you're very engaging. You covered some, quite complex topics in a short space of time. You've given a good outline of your journey. With honesty. I couldn't ask for anything more. Actually, that's what we're after, is interesting content that helps. So that helps other entrepreneurs. We have a newsletter, so this interview will form part of that newsletter. We'll put it out through our channels, YouTube and LinkedIn and so on. So as soon as the interview is ready, I'll share it with you. You can take a look and make sure that you're happy for us to share. And then obviously that's some PR for you and your business, and you can also share it through your channels and your network.
Absolutely. I will do that, but no, it's
Fantastic.
good. No, how many interviews do you do in a week?
I tend to do about one a week. Yeah. So maybe sometimes one or two a week, but typically it's 1 to 2 a week is my is what I can absorb, alongside everything else. So yeah, it's always enjoyable. It's always enjoyable. And look, as I said, it's expanding my network. So if you in your network have business owners who could use a sounding board, a mentor, somebody who's got some frameworks and models to help them on their business journey, I'm always happy investing some time to talk to them, to learn about them, and to share with them the things I've learned and the best practices and so on. With a view to having a dialogue. So please, I'd be very open to any connections or introductions on that front.
No, sounds good.
Yeah.
One name that always comes to mind is another good friend of mine. Paresh Davda, right?
I know of him. I don't know him.
Yeah, another incredible entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
Built a great company, and now he's in Portugal.
Right. Okay. So he's retired, is he?
No, he's put a CEO in, and as the founder, obviously it's him and Rajesh, as you know, right?
Yeah.
So no, he's had a great journey, and he's obviously gone through a lot personally in his life, and I think a story from him might be nice, because he's another very prominent entrepreneur.
Sure.
Done well. I'll chat to him. I'll see if he's up for.
Yeah. Put him in touch, and somebody who's still in the journey, not the other side, is always interesting. So
he's literally stepped down as the CEO. He's brought a new CEO in now.
Yeah.
He had done that a couple of years back, but he came back in because his CEO did not deliver the vision that should be. So he came back in the business. He's literally just taking a back step now. But he's had a nice journey. He's had a very good journey.
Yeah, and that's so typical of the kind of journey that the roadmap that I work on with my clients, which is to build a business that can work without you. So financial freedom and choice to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, however much of it you want to do, while the business still flourishes, or you have a next level strategy to either exit the business or expand it, or franchise it, or management buyout, all of a whole range of outcomes. So that's the kind of roadmap that we work to. Yeah.
So we've had multiple approaches for acquisitions. Some we walked away from one last year. It was interesting. They wanted to acquire us, and we just didn't like the attitude of the people. Everything was great, the owners of the business, but when the head of M&A came in and the head of the PE came in, these guys are typical financiers and bankers, and they had no idea how to talk to entrepreneurs. They were very arrogant, and I walked away from a deal last year purely because of that. I said, if you guys don't know how to talk to us now,
it's going to get even worse. Yeah.
What's going to happen after you acquire us? I'm sorry, I'm not interested in talking further. And this was after me working closely with their CEOs and everybody. They really wanted us for close to 6 months.
Yeah. And that's a wise move, because culture fit is where so many mergers rapidly fall apart, right? And you're heading for the divorce settlements.
Yeah, and the thing is, if I was okay to take check 1 and there's no check 2, because I would have got frustrated, then I would have pursued it without thinking about it. But I said, you know what, I can't go into a situation post fact working with people who are arrogant today. Yeah, we would clash, and I'd rather not take the check, which was not a bad check. It was very interesting.
Sure.
But I said no to it. I said, let's walk away.
Good for you. I respect you for that, because it's not just about the money, right? It's also the legacy. You've worked hard to build something that you want to be proud of, not something that's going to be dismantled the moment you walk away.
Yeah, and again, we'll see. But that company landed up working closely with us, and we do a lot of business with them now.
Right. Well,
Because they wanted to acquire us, but it was their M&A team that got it wrong, not the leaders of the company. So they loved working with us, and today we do good business with them because of them trying to acquire us. It was just fun. Now we have fun doing business, and I'm more profitable and not acquired. I still own the company.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Listen, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.